Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer, and to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe, and after that click the bell sign, and that way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So today's video I'm going to be talking about a Nigerian lady by the name Maryam Shumate, and she's currently having problems in her marriage. I'm making this video because I feel like there are things to talk about and there are things to learn from her story. I always say it, like, I like when it's, I like addressing stories that are, that have things to learn from. I have shared my own stories as well, and like I said in my own videos, I shared them because I feel like one or two people can learn from my experience. Every experience I shared, there are people that are going to get whatever out of it, but there are people that are going to be learning something out of it. Before I continue, I'm just going to say who she is. Her name is Maryam Shumate. This girl, from what she said on her channel, she was playing basketball back home. Somehow these people in America, I think she sent them a video of her and a video of herself and showed them what she can do with basketball and stuff, and they took her straight from Nigeria straight all the way to America, and they gave her a scholarship, and she went to school and she went to college and all of that. So that alone is, even, like, to be honest with you, that is a miracle. That's something really great. So she went into America with this basketball scholarship, and I know this part right, I'm not too sure. It was when she was in college that she met her husband, who is an American, and they got married, and now they have 2 children. They actually had 1 child before that died. I have been watching her for a long time, not all the time, but on and off. I came across her channel a while back, even long before when she was pregnant. I think that was when she was pregnant with her first child, and she lost that child. The child was born with some congenital heart problem, heart defect or something. Eventually they lost that child. So first thing first, I want to say is this. The good news, if I can say that, is the fact that she's not divorced yet. Okay, there's still hope, there's still a chance. They may come back together. They won't be the first ones that have had issues and ended up not being divorced. So I wouldn't even use the word divorce, because they are not divorced yet. They even still live together. All hope is not lost. I believe in praying for people, change of heart, and circumstances can change. I believe in praying for people. Marriage breakup is not a good thing. So that said, recently I started seeing few of her videos. She came back, it seems like she was away from YouTube for a long time, and all of a sudden she came back. So I saw a few of her videos. The first thing that shocked me was how much weight she had lost. And I was thinking, okay, maybe she's just working really hard to lose the weight or whatever, but I noticed the amount of weight loss, and I honestly thought it was just like working out and minding what she eats or whatever. I wasn't too sure, but part of me was like, I hope she's all right, that kind of thing. But long story short, she just made the video in which she talked about her marriage problems, and she's going, well, the husband, from what she said, her husband is the one that wants to file for divorce. She's not the one. She said if he wants to divorce her, it's on him, that she's not the one making that decision. So, and she addressed her marriage problems. I decided, let me make a video about this, because I feel like, things like this, we can learn from other people's experiences, and, use our platform to do something positive, I can say it that way. So she shared the whole story. If you want to hear the whole story, you can go to her channel and watch and hear everything she has to say. She basically said that this whole thing is going on, she never talked about it, and that she said that her husband went online and made some posts and said some things about her situation and all of those things, said some things about her. So she decided to come and make a video to let people hear from her what's going on, so people can hear her side of the story. So the first thing I really want to talk about is this idea of putting your family online. That is the first thing first. Putting your family online. There are some things in life because you just know, but there are some things in life that you experience, and then you learn from that experience. That's why there's a saying that experience is the best teacher. When you look at a lot of these people on YouTube, you would see it's coming up again and again and again. People putting their lives and their families and everything on YouTube is causing a lot of problems. Why I say this is this. Let me tell you, put it this way. Marriages are not easy. 2 people that love each other, one of the worst things it needs is external people getting involved. In Nigeria, we say poking their nose into your marriage is one of the things about your partner that means no problem to you, is nothing. Somebody else can start poking into that is, why is your husband doing this? Why is your wife doing that? And that can begin to make you see problems you never knew existed, problems you never saw. That is a problem about putting your family, your marriage on YouTube. Let me tell you, think about a lot. We all know how even ordinary in-laws, I shared my own story, ordinary in-laws can destroy a marriage. They will keep nibbling and nibbling and eating it away until they destroy it. I shared my own story. When I shared my story, I told you guys, I'm sharing it for people to learn. And I'm glad a lot of people learned, okay, from my story. All my siblings, we don't get involved in anybody's marriage. If you have a problem, you come and discuss it. You get advice and that's it. We don't come and start telling you, your wife is this, your husband. We don't do it. And I have noticed in my situation where the family of the man were getting involved and poking, I saw the damage it did. Nobody in my family, thank God, gets involved in your marriage and start getting involved and putting their mouth and whatever. No. In my household, we believe in leave people alone. Leave them alone. Leave people's marriages alone. We don't get involved in people's marriages. In my own situation where so-called in-laws got involved, I made a video and I shared to you guys how damaging it is. And I thank God because I know somebody that left a comment and said, when I explained what I went through, it opened their eyes to realize how she treats her brother's wife must feel to the brother's wife. It opened her eyes. So that is something else that I'm so grateful. That's what I'm talking about. Sharing stories sometimes let me tell you something. I believe in sharing your stories. Something that happened 50 years ago, whatever. Something that is past. Even your marriage, whatever happens in your marriage, you can come and share about it to teach people or whatever. But to share your daily life as it is right now, the difference is that something that's past, that's gone, nobody's comment or whatever can change it because it's your past. They can have effect. But when people are getting involved in your marriage right now, they can start affecting where the wife will be like, it's actually true. My husband is this. It's actually, man is like, it's actually true. My wife is. People begin to give all this feedback you never asked for, and they can begin to make you begin to have problems in your marriage because it's still something that is going on right now. Now, let me tell you, think about in-laws and the damage they can do in your marriage. Think about it, right? Think about all them getting involved and all of those things, what it can do to your marriage. Multiply it by 1 million. When you then put your marriage on YouTube, multiply the wicked in-law effect, multiply it by 1 million. Your in-laws may be 50 people, 30 people, 10 people. YouTube, millions of people are watching you. People are going to say, why is your husband not going to work? Why is your wife not this? Why is your child not that? They would always do that, and that can eat away on your marriage. She shared about how people will leave a comment, your husband is not working, he is lazy, you are doing all the cooking, you are doing all the cleaning, and they were saying this and saying that, oh, you're a slave to your husband, and according to what she said, there's a website where they were gossiping about her marriage. Her husband went and read some of the comments, and it was messing up with his head, and in the process he was getting angry and getting annoyed and getting This is why I say keep your marriages away from YouTube. There are some people that still show their husband or show their family or whatever. No, they don't talk about my husband lost his job, or my husband is looking for a new job, my husband got sacked, all those kind of information. Keep them away. Keep them away, because it's your current life situation. People are going to start getting involved, and they can have effect on your marriage. They can influence people. Okay, that is the first lesson I think we should that is the main lesson I think we should learn from her story. Main lesson, I personally believe, keep your family away from YouTube. There are people that are saying that she's lazy, she doesn't want to work, she's been in America for how many years, what has she done, Let me tell you, right, from what I understand, from college she met her husband, they got married, and the next thing they started having children. And if you think about it, right, when she was pregnant with her first child that she lost, she already started a YouTube channel. Okay, let me tell you, if her channel had exploded, successfully exploded, as in done well, she would have been a YouTuber that is successful financially and everything. Nobody will be saying, oh, go and get a job, because then it is her job. So the fact that she went from college and boom, she started off a YouTube channel with the hopes that her channel will do well and she can be at home and be a stay-at-home mom, minding her children and do YouTube. That's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. Okay, so people are saying she's not doing that, she's not. Do you think it's not easy So those are some of the comments that she was getting. It's not easy to have children and go to work. Do you know how much childcare costs? Some people's salaries is almost like 50% of some people's salary to pay for child minding. She doesn't have one, she has 2 children. Another thing you have to think about, even leaving your child in a child minder's hands or whatever, to be honest with you, I personally do not even think it's the best, because the 100% attention the children can get from you is not the same. The child minders have how many children at the same time, and they can never give your child 100%. So there's nothing wrong with a woman saying, okay, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, be a YouTuber, and there's nothing wrong in doing that. So I wanted to get that out of the way. You know, a lot of the things people are coming for her for and talking about her husband is not working, it's because, you know, she shares that my husband's looking for a job, you know, he applied for this, he didn't get it, and because people, a lot of the times, the things that they chew at are the food you fed them with. Don't share this part of your life. But some of the comments, that things like, oh, she's a manly built, people have made fun of her legs. That's one of those things I tell people. How do you bring yourself to make fun of someone's physical appearance? Nobody chose the way they are made. We turn up in this world the way we are born. Like, we just turn up the way we're born is the way we're born. How do you, if you talk about somebody's character, oh, this person is rude, that person is arrogant, at least it's something they can control. But when you talk about someone's physical appearance, you're tall, you're short, your legs are not straight, you're they didn't choose that. This is how people, you know, I don't understand. But anyways, and I think another thing that I'm beginning to like some people are doing now is completely closing comment section, which she's doing now. Her comment section is completely closed, and people, sometimes you may like, unfortunately there's some positive people that would have, you know, left you comment that you benefit from, but the other hand, on the positive side, the so-called trolls cannot leave a comment. You know, they can't leave a comment because she's completely closed off her comment section. Some people that are talking about how physical with the way she's built. She is built the way she's built. Don't forget that the way she's built, her height and everything, that her physical strength and structure, whatever, is part of the reason why she was playing that basketball that brought her to America. So you laugh at her, but don't forget that this is the way her God made her. A lot of marriages have been destroyed on social media, by social media. Be careful about sharing your marriage, especially when it comes to the nitty-gritties, the tiny little details. Look at the rate of divorce on YouTube. Look at the rate of divorce on YouTube. It is really alarming. I have said it before, there are a lot of couples that have broken up on YouTube that I'm 100% convinced that if they were not on YouTube, they may still be together today. A lot. Social media has this thing about making a couple see problems in each other they never knew or they never saw, that never existed. Another area that's an important reason why I'm making this video that I do not want to forget is that you know, she shared about how the husbands at the moment, I think she lives at the husband's father's house. Yeah, at the husband's father's house, and the brother of the husband, you know, she's had a bit of a misunderstanding, and then the husband, they're always having their issues. My video is not here, to be honest with you. I'm not interested in the husband is good, the wife is bad, the wife is good. Not, there's nothing. Like, for me, like, no, I'm not even interested in all of that. My thing is about lessons to learn, the way forward for her, you know, whatever, and stuff like that. And I'm praying for her that her marriage, this can't be restored. There's nothing beyond God, but that's that. It's such a difficult environment to live in. From what she was explaining, there was a day the children were sleeping or something, and the husband's brother was playing games, Xbox, and he was swearing as he was playing, which a lot of them do. You know, a lot of people that play games do. They shout a lot because of the excitement and stuff like that. But she was saying that, you know, she's trying to get the husband's brother not to be using, I think, swear words or whatever, you know, F words or whatever, curse words, and he was loud as well, and children were sleeping, and she was trying to tell him, you know, not to be that loud and not to use curse words, and the guy got angry and wanted to, this is what she said, right? I'm not here to say I'm not here to judge the boy was good or that to judge the boy or whatever, but what I want to bring out is the fact that, you know, she's talking about the boy said he was going to punch her or whatever, and then the boy's boyfriend tries to stop the boy, but somehow the boy came towards her and punched a hole in the wall and all of those things. I personally feel that, you know, when it gets to the point where violence or the threat of violence comes up, it's not a nice environment to be in. She has 2 children personally, and this is why I'm going to talk about this aspect of her video. She created a GoFundMe because she wants to move out. I wouldn't want a situation whereby it gets violent, where the husband's brother will, and anybody at all, the husband's brother, wherever, ends up having a real fight with her. I personally, for me, there's no other reason. That is one reason why I personally want to support her GoFundMe. And I would encourage you. Now, I'm not forcing anybody. I'm just bringing her story here. If it touches you that you want to help her, think about it. I will try and link her GoFundMe as well to help her. Any of us can be in a tricky situation tomorrow. If you feel led to help her, I would say help her. My advice for her is this: your life has turned out the way it has turned out. You have children depending on you. Look for ways. If your YouTube ends up being successful, hallelujah. It doesn't, look for other ways that you can start making money for your family, because life is tough. Because let me tell you, people help you to raise money to rent a house, which I am going to donate because I want to donate. That is just a starting point. People help you to raise money to move out and all of those things. That is just, basic. What's going to happen after the rent runs out? Will you be able to keep maintaining to pay that rent? I'm praying for you and I'm wishing you all the best. But I just want to say, anybody that her story touches, please, she's somebody's daughter, she's somebody's mother, somebody's sister. She's far away from home. Her family are in Nigeria. Her mother, I think, is still alive, lives in Nigeria. She is so far away. It is not an easy place to be. I do not wish to be in her situation. So I'm asking anybody watching this, I hope, just for the fact that this is a mother with children, there's so much she's going through right now, and the whole environment she's living in at the moment is not safe, in my opinion. Threat of violence is not a place to be. Mentally, it's not a good place to be. Marriage breakdown is one of the most, can I even call it, flesh-eating thing that can happen to you. I know when I had problems in my marriage, I lost so much weight that I almost disappeared. So I can tell you, I can really call it a flesh-eating thing. Just eats away your flesh. You will lose that much weight. I want you to look at her and just think about the fact that she's someone at the moment in trouble. Help her in any way, $5, $1, whatever way you can help. Some people may be like, oh, don't help her, whatever. Listen to your own gut instinct. Let God speak to your heart. At the end of the day, my thing is this: if somebody asks for help and I give, once I give, I take my mind off it. I gain satisfaction in knowing that I have done what my heart, my soul, what my conscience wants me to do. And it makes me feel good that I have done it. And after I've done it, I take my mind off it. That's it. Whether she uses the money well or not is not going to be my problem, because I am satisfied with looking after my conscience. I don't know how to phrase this thing. People that think that it's easy to have children and be working at the same time, it's not very easy. But I'm hoping that, I'm praying for God to open doors for her. But I would really hope that she can really find something. She says she's working at the moment, maybe it's part-time or whatever. I'm praying that she finds herself, let me say this to you, Maryam, if she comes across this video. There are a lot of people that are waiting for you to fail. There are a lot of people that are waiting to shame you or whatever. I'm praying for you. I'm a mother, I have children, I don't think you're in a very good place at the moment, in your life and the world. But there is a God that answers prayers. I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for God to see you through. I'm praying for your marriage as well. God can restore a marriage, and He's a miracle working God. I pray by God's grace that you'll find a solid, good source of income. I want you to allow your spirit I want you to have that fighting spirit. If there's nothing else you can think about all the people that try to shame you. I pray for you to have the fighting spirit that will bring you to a place where God will shame your shamers. Like, that is one of those things. I've known in my life when I was in a difficult situation, I cried only to God. And today, I'm in a place that a lot of people that laughed at me, people that looked down at me, are now looking up at me. The God that did mine can do yours as well. I'm praying for strength. I'm praying for wisdom. I'm praying for God to give you the spirit, the fighting spirit to overcome all of this. I'm praying that, I don't know what your situation is, because social media is never enough to know people's real situation. But I'm reaching out in my spirit. I don't have to reach out to you in real life or whatever. In my heart, my spirit, my soul, I'm reaching out to you as a fellow human being, a fellow woman, a fellow black woman, a fellow mother with children, and I'm praying, I'm really praying for you, because I imagine what if I was in your situation. But I'm telling you, don't give up. Have a fighting spirit. Let me something else. Don't always depend on people coming to your aid. I want you to get to the point where you don't need to beg anybody for help on social media or whatever, to the point where you'll be so successful that everyone that tried to shame you will be disappointed. You know, I'm hoping, I'm even praying that by God's grace, this will be the last time you come on social media to beg for any kind of assistance, that you'll be so successful that you don't need to ever beg anybody for assistance. So I'm not gonna be able to say the brother-in-law is this or whatever. What I'm saying is that she's in a very difficult environment right now. Things can get heated, and in a very heated environment, people can do things they wouldn't normally do. Safety at the end of the day is the most important thing right now. For me, she needs to be safe with her children. You know, like I said in the beginning of this video, if there's something to learn or whatever, I wouldn't have shared this video. The two main reasons I made this video is because I wanted to talk about the fact that we all have to be careful about sharing our family, our current life situations on YouTube, on social media. We have to be careful sharing them on YouTube, and we can learn from her, because I believe, from what she has explained, I believe that social media played a massive role where they got into her husband's head. He began to feel frustrated and feel, you know, people were insulting him so much and say he's not working, blah blah blah. That played from what the whole story, social media played a massive role. So the main point, like I said, of my video is this: be careful about sharing your family circumstances, your present life situations on social media. And secondly, because I wanted to share about her GoFundMe, I just wanted to come here and share it. I'm going to put a link, go check it out. And with that, I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye. Bye.
Goodbye, friend.